Hi everybody, welcome to January 22nd, and as promised in my last update yesterday, I was going to do a packing for Sri Lanka and the Maldives. So that's what this update's all about. I'm going to go through what I'm bringing, what I'm packing for 26 days in Sri Lanka and the Maldives. So let's go check it out. Okay, so first I'm going to show you what's in my carry-on size suitcase. It is a standard carry-on, like an international standard size, and I have stuff this thing, so there's a lot to go through. First of all, we have the front compartment. In here I just keep miscellaneous items like face masks, shower caps, which I use as a travel hack to keep the shoes from getting my bag dirty on the inside, so I just put the shower caps over the soles of the shoe. Random things in here, and also I keep a little bag in here for dirty laundry that folds away when I'm not using it. There it is here. I've got some wet wipes and stuff because I heard that that's really handy for Sri Lanka in particular, where the toilet situation may not be the best. Here we go. I've got a packing cube system, so I love using packing cubes and these compression straps. Now, obviously, I have really stuffed this bag. It is pretty heavy. I think we're weighing in right now at about 14 kg, which is like close to 30 pounds. In this packing cube, I'm bringing 2 bikinis, 2 tops and 2 bottoms. There we go, what I was talking about with the shower caps. I just wrap them around the bottom of the shoe. These are waterproof Tevas, so I want to make sure I'm bringing waterproof shoes because I'm going to 2 beach destinations. Now this is my Peak Design toiletry bag. I really like this bag because it's got thoughtful design features to it. It also opens up like an accordion, so it actually has a lot of space capacity for a bag that doesn't look too big, but it holds a lot of stuff. I've managed to fit so many things. I've got decanted shampoo, conditioner, lotion, toothpaste, sunscreen. I use toner, so I needed a lot of cotton pads and just random stuff like a hairbrush, deodorant, serum, face creams. I love to do my skincare, so I need my toner, my cleanser, my serums, my moisturizers. Everything comes with me when I travel, but I just put it into small containers instead of the original packaging. For example, these little tiny pots. So that's what I'm packing for my toiletries. Underneath the toiletry bag, you'll see I have some stuff here. These are what I like to bring for my towels. So I'll be staying in hostels, backpackers, so I need a bath towel. That's this blue one here. What I've done is laid it flat out on the bottom of the bag because it's the best way for me to pack stuff like that, saving space in a small bag. So I've lined the bag with the blue bath towel. Then on top of that, I've got my beach towel. This is a great beach towel because sand actually doesn't stick to it when it's wet and it's quick dry. So then I've got these 2 sweat towels. So I use these exclusively on my face. I'm bringing 2 with me. I'm going to really tropical, humid destinations and I sweat a lot. So I need to use reusable towels to make that more comfortable for me. And this is just a button-up shirt that I wanted to lay flat just to save space in the actual clothes packing cube. This is great because I have a lot of tattoos on my arms and I need to keep them safe from the sun, so I like to wear long sleeve button-down shirts. It just helps keep the sun off my arms, but actually keeps me cool because the material is really light. So that's what I've kind of laid down like a sandwich, you know, you got the layers going and then on top are the actual bags. So like I said, these are my waterproof Tevas. They have straps. They're like sport sandals. They're very comfortable to walk in and I can take them in and out of the water without waiting for them to dry because there's no fabric on here. It's just really, really handy. I got these in Bangkok airport and I've just never looked back because I used to wear the fabric Tevas, but now I'm all about the waterproof and they are a bit bulkier, but they're very light. So that's pretty cool. So the next category that I will not get into just because it would take a really long time, but I am bringing some clothing and I've packed it in a very big, heavy packing cube. I'll show you a little bit of what it looks like. It's pretty heavy. This is the bulk of the weight in my suitcase, but I also love to bring clothes. I love options. I did make a restriction for myself. This is a compressible packing cube and I did not want to zip the extender out. I wanted to leave the country with the extender closed, so I don't have it open right now, but it is pretty much packed to the limit. Sri Lanka, you have to be a little bit more respectful of the local customs and how people dress there, so a lot of the times it's more of a conservative style to dress for women. So I'm keeping that in mind with my clothing choices that I'm going to bring so that I'm more comfortable while I'm experiencing this different culture. So I've got a lot of long sleeves. I've got things that will cover my shoulders. I've got little throwovers that will cover up my shoulders if I am wearing a tank top. And it's just going to make sure that I'm comfortable, but also that I'm protecting myself from the sun and covering up my tattoos because you don't really want to expose tattoos to a lot of UV rays. I'm also bringing long skirt. dresses, more long flowy things rather than skin tight workout wear. I'm bringing more flowy shorts, pants, and just a really nice overall lightweight material. I don't want anything thick and heavy because it takes a while to dry when you're sweating all the time, and that's exactly what I feel like I'm going to be doing in the very humid Sri Lanka. So that's sort of the clothing overview. If you're curious on what I'm wearing while I'm in Sri Lanka, make sure to subscribe because I will be vlogging my trip and I will be wearing the clothes obviously, so you'll have an idea of what I've brought by watching my videos while I'm there. Okay, moving right along, I've sandwiched in at the bottom here a foldable backpack, so it's something I can use as a day bag when I'm gonna go out exploring, and I have hands-free because it's on my back. This is a really handy packing cube, and it's all full of my underwear, socks, and a bra. I've laid everything really flat so I could keep it as streamlined as possible. You can see that it does get bigger. I wanted to leave the country with all of my packing cubes not extended so that I have room to grow if necessary, but I'm not really planning on buying a lot of clothes while I'm away. And the final part that I wanted to show you is just what I will be keeping in the front pocket here. It has a really large tote bag, and this is going to be great for the beach, and it will also help me to move things along if I don't want to fully pack my suitcase like this every single time. I can throw some extra things in here and throw that over my shoulder on travel days when I'm getting myself around the country. And in the top here, just while I'm going through airport security, I've got my liquids and gels, particularly the ones that security always wants to check for. They always check this Cancer Society sunscreen because it's in a really big container. But if you look really closely, it's 100 milliliters. So it is within the rightful size restriction for liquids and creams. So I have it out and ready for them to do the double check. My mom got me this really handy Sephora clear bag for traveling, and you can just quickly do a check on the sizes to make sure that they are all within the size allowance. So I have that in the front pocket just so when I'm going through security, I can pull it out and put it in the tray so they don't necessarily have to go through the actual bag. That's my plan anyway. Okay, so everything's back in place. I really like using these compression straps just to keep everything nice and tight because it helps keep the shape of the bag. Otherwise it starts to spill out the sides and it looks a little thick. But yeah, so that's what's in my main bag. Now I always like to say that I'm backpacking because I'm basically staying in backpacker hostels, but yeah, I'm using a suitcase this time round. When I went to Europe last year, I had a hybrid bag, so it was a backpack and a suitcase with wheels. I never used the backpack function. I never once thought, oh, it would be handy to take the straps out and wear it as a backpack. So I always used it as a suitcase, and I got by for a month and a half in Europe without using a backpack, and I was fine. So what that kind of taught me was you don't necessarily need to wear a backpack as your main luggage all the time. So I'm gonna test out what it's like to travel around with a carry-on and a backpack and just see what that's like, and I'll report back on if it's a big mistake or if it's okay to travel with a wheeled luggage. And there are probably going to be cases where I'm gonna have to hold it and carry it a little bit, take it upstairs and stuff. So just make sure that you can actually lug it around and that you're comfortable lifting it over your head, which with this one, I definitely can. It wouldn't be a very comfortable long time kind of thing to hold it over my head, but I can do it. So I guess the lesson there is just the less you bring, the better it is, because you're just gonna have less stuff to have to mind while you're away. But also it's just nice to just roll your bag instead of always having to heft it onto your back. And then I would put another bag on the front. And that just got really tiring, especially when I did it for a month and a half in Southeast Asia last year, actually 2 years ago. And I just thought, let's try a backpacking holiday with a carry-on. I've actually done it before. It's just been a little bit longer since I've done it. And also, I just have no idea what it's going to be like for Sri Lanka, but I'm assuming it'll be okay. But now I'm going to show you guys what I'm bringing as my airport outfit, and then we'll move on into my personal item, which is my backpack, and that's where I keep all of my electronics, important documents, money, passport, all that fun stuff. So let's check out my airport outfit first. So as a rule, I like to wear my bulkiest clothes to the airport, but I don't really have bulky clothes this time around. I've got a white button-up over shirt, which is long sleeve, really nice and thin. I've got my socks, underwear. This is a really nice top. It's a workout top, so it actually is sweat wicking, but it's got a built-in bra, which is perfect for long flights, very comfortable. The only pair of pants I'm bringing are these very flowy, very loose-fitting, comfortable, full-length trousers. Really fun print as well, but it's made out of a very thin material, so you don't actually get very hot because it's just very lightweight. That's what I've decided to wear to the airport, and I'm wearing my biggest shoes, which are these Asics, and they're just black trainers that I used to wear to the gym before I got new gym shoes, so these have been downgraded. Now I'm comfortable getting these nice and dirty. I plan on doing a couple hikes in Sri Lanka, so I definitely have to have closed-toed shoes. These are the only closed-toed shoes I'm bringing with me. I'm very streamlined with my footwear for this trip. I'm only bringing those waterproof Tevas, these black Asic trainers, and one pair of black Croc flip-flops. That's all the shoes I'm bringing. Now the rest of all of these things that you see are all going into this backpack, and there's already stuff in the backpack, but I have a lot of thought that goes into everything I bring, and I just like to keep it all organized. So I wanted to lay some of it out for you, and the other stuff I'll go through very briefly in the bag. But to start, I wanted to show off. I always love showing this off. This is a jewelry organizer from Kathmandu. This is probably the cutest little travel tech I've picked up recently. I love it. It's so adorable. It separates your necklaces from your rings, from your earrings in different little segments, and then you can wrap it up like a little burrito. It comes with an elastic to keep it all together. I'm bringing a flashlight because I do plan on going to some campsites like by the national parks where you can do safaris and stuff. That typically means it's more wilderness, you need a flashlight. So this one is really small, very handy. I love to do my nails, as you can tell, so that does not stop when I travel. I will be gone for 26 days, so probably once a week I'll be doing my nails. So this is my very bare bones nail kit that I'll be bringing with me, a nail strengthener, a top coat, and a nail polish combo, which is pretty cool, from Sally Hansen, and then one Essie nail polish. This is my very pared down makeup bag. I do not have too much in there because it's going to be very humid and very hot, so I'm going to be sweating a lot, but I'm basically bringing some makeup brushes, some powder foundations, one skin tint. I really like this one from Fenty Beauty, and just some stuff to make me look glowy, like a bronzer and a highlighting palette, mascara, a couple face brushes, and that's it. You can see there's a lot of room in here. Next, we have my headphones. I actually had to buy these because my Apple AirPod Pros were broken, and while I waited to get them repaired in Australia, I had to use something else. So I bought these, and they actually have noise canceling, which is pretty good, and the battery life is much better than the Apple AirPod Pros. So I'm actually leaving the AirPod Pros behind, and I'm bringing these instead. And because I have some pretty long flights, it's like 4 hours to Sydney and then another 11-hour flight to Sri Lanka. So I am making the decision to bring these Sony ones. I may regret it because they just take up so much space, but they really are amazing headphones for the noise canceling function. I always bring a hair clip. I'm obsessed with these. I also am going to beach destinations, and that means snorkeling. So I'm bringing my waterproof case for my phone, and I'll get some cool underwater shots with that. I recently picked up this really cool, nerdy, but so essential sun hat. Basically, it covers the ears, the whole face. It's got a little rope so it doesn't fly off in the wind. We got to be sun safe, and living in New Zealand, this is just a reality. This is not even like abnormal for Kiwis to have hats like this. But what I liked about this one is it's actually flexible. It can pack down really well. You don't really need to be precious about how you pack it and throw it in a bag. Always travel with a reusable water bottle. Just help to reduce how much single-use plastic water bottles you use. I've got a pair of sunglasses. I've got my wallet with some money in there. I guess I can show you what the Sri Lankan rupees look like. So I don't have much money now because when I went to the travel exchange place, they didn't have much Sri Lankan rupees in stock. So I only managed to get just under 4,000 rupees, which is only like $22 worth. Not a lot, but at least it will pay for my taxi cab when I arrive, because I arrive really late to Negombo. I'll definitely have to go to an ATM and get more money out. Now this bag here is full of all my cords. I've got a waterproof camera in there that I'm going to try out. I haven't used it in a while, but I thought why not try it for this trip. But basically charging cables, adapters, everything anything like that is in here. I'm gonna be by a beach in the Maldives, so why not bring an e-reader? This one is a Kobo and it's been in my life for like almost 10 years, I'd say. I've had this for so long. I've got my passport holder. This has some more money in there. I've got some US dollars because I heard in the Maldives you need to use US dollars. Then I have this hairbrush. I just want to bring a hairbrush with me so I can freshen up in the airport. This one's pretty cool because it's got a mirror. You actually click it out so it's a full-size brush and you just push the bristles out. I think it's essential these days to travel with a bum bag, so a lot of this stuff is going to go in there while I go to the airport. For example, these two things will definitely go in the bum bag. If you're not traveling with a bum bag yet, you definitely have to. This one's from Uniqlo. It's actually generously sized. This water bottle fits in this bum bag, if you can believe it. Maybe not with all my wallets in there, but if there's not too much in here, you can fit that whole water bottle in there. I did say something about the bathrooms in Sri Lanka, so I'm definitely bringing tissue packs with me. Bringing some Kleenex in your bum bag will save you when you do need to use public toilets. So now we're moving into my personal item, which is this Bellroy backpack. It's really cool. I use this as my work bag when I'm working, going to and from the office, but for traveling, it's just as good. Now I am traveling solo, so I'm bringing a tripod. This one extends out really tall, so I'm able to get some solo shots because sometimes you just don't like the photos that strangers take of you and you just want to get your own photo. So this one's a Bluetooth tripod. I can connect it to my phone and take photos. So yeah, a little bit unnecessary, yes, but I'm gonna try it. In here, I just have hand lotion. I'll put my toothbrush in here because I like to brush my teeth on the plane. I actually am putting my Crocs here because I like to take my shoes off on the plane, but I don't want to go barefoot, so I put flip-flops on. These are super lightweight Crocs. They're very well used, and I've recently added a new little giblet there. Now, I'm not really good at using my nice Sony camera to vlog, but I am going to bring it on this trip because I really do want to make a conscious effort to use this camera a lot more for vlogging and taking photos. I definitely bring an extra underwear with me on the plane because I definitely want to be changing that after 10 hours. I always bring reusable tote bags. You just can never have enough. Like I said about the whole toilet situation, we want to be clean. We want to be okay to have a non-traumatizing experience in a public toilet. And last but not least, I wanted to show you my travel adapter. So basically how I charge everything. I'm not sure that this will work in all places in Sri Lanka. This cord plugs into this thing, and this is how I charge multiple devices while I'm away. I don't really use these too much. These are North American plugs, but I do use these. And this device actually safely converts the electricity currents so that you're not shorting out your electronics, and it's just really nice to have when you're traveling. And the final thing I wanted to show you is just this top pocket on my backpack where I keep fast access things like lip balm. I've got a little decanted pack of mints in here, and I also keep my important documents in here as well as my travel journal because I do write in a journal while I'm away. And that's it. That's my personal item. Plus I'm cheekily gonna wear that over my body. And I've got my bag. So that's what I'm bringing with me on my trip. Okay, thank you so much for watching that. That's what I'm bringing with me to Sri Lanka and the Maldives for a 26-day holiday. I can't believe I'm going for 26 days, but I'm hoping that everything I've brought, that I've put so much thought into, is useful and that I have an amazing trip. And it's actually my 50th country to visit. I'm so excited to hit that milestone. So make sure you subscribe to stay connected and keep up with my adventures. I'm so grateful to be going. Now, the one thing that does kind of suck is I have to get up tomorrow at 4 a.m. and basically get up, get dressed, and leave right away to go to the airport. I do have a 6 a.m. flight going to Sydney, and it's just unfortunate because when I get to Sydney, I'm just sitting around until later in the day when my flight to Sri Lanka actually leaves. So yeah, I do have to get up really early and probably not going to get much sleep, but I will see you guys in the next video where I'll be vlogging my travel day to Sri Lanka. Bye!